I like fell off the Stairmaster. I didn't even fall off. I was holding on. So like the stairs like fell from underneath me somehow. I don't know. Just living life.
Just living life to the fullest?
Yep. You know, doing the things, living life.
Nothing new?
Since last time? I don't think so, really.
We heard, we heard your story last time. Amazing story. We knew what you're up to now. Social media, making the world a better, brighter place. So I thought we'd bring you on today and let's talk politics. So Trump or Biden? No, I'm
Fuck
kidding.
the government.
I'm kidding. I don't want you to get into like what your sides are and stuff like that, but like what's your feelings about like the current state of everything?
I think everything's a mess.
It is.
I think the whole world is absolutely a mess. It's terrible.
It's not good.
No, not at all.
I don't know if it's definitely not good, but obviously news and social media and all that stuff perpetrated, I think, a little bit differently from how it is.
Yeah.
But it is divisive.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, we can't talk about politics. I don't want to get canceled or anything like that.
Yeah, no.
What did you end up seeing that Painkillers documentary that was on, or the show that was on Netflix? What'd you think?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I also, what's the other one on Hulu? Dope Sick?
The one with Michael Keaton.
Yeah. So those two were very similar.
Right. Same story?
Same storyline. Basically, I liked how Dope Sick went more into these like stories of like the addiction stories, not really like the business part of it so much. It had some of that, but I thought both were really good.
Right.
Yeah.
I need to watch the Dope Sick one.
It's really good.
Michael Keaton's my guy too.
Yeah, I love him.
He's the shit.
I love him so much.
So good.
Yeah.
He started off as a comedic actor.
Did he?
He was a comedic actor, and then everyone was pissed when he got cast as Batman.
Yeah.
And then I watched this thing on YouTube recently called Deep Dive.
Yeah.
And they deep dive into these movies, and they like talk all about the insides of like what was going on in that time. And I didn't even know, but in that Batman movie, the main star is Joker. It's not Batman.
Right.
Like if you look at the posters and all that,
Yeah.
it says Jack Nicholson is the main star. I thought that was wild. Do you know about all that?
About all Batman?
Like, so he's this guy, right? And he goes in this cave. No, the movie, if I remember correctly, and Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, but Jack Nicholson, I think it was like kind of the first person to do this, but I want to say he didn't take pay for the movie. He took like the back end. So like once the movie made its money back, he got everything after. And so he got paid forever.
Right.
Off that movie. Like he knew what it was going to do and stuff like that. That's pretty genius.
Yeah.
The Dope Sick thing, it took me back for sure. Like from the addict perspective. Mm-hmm. And then you don't know, I had no idea about Big Pharma back then or anything like that. I was one of the little rats running around the street just trying to gobble up all the pills.
Yeah.
But it's scary. And then it's funny how now once you get sober and everything like that, like I won't even take a Tylenol or anything. Like I'm so anti all that shit.
Yeah.
How do you feel about like medications and all that?
Like taking medications in recovery, basically?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, so I've had to take pain medicine a couple times. Mm-hmm. Like when I had Silas, and then I had appendicitis, and I had to get my appendix out. And for me, I hate it now. Like as soon as I get, and this was in the hospital, I didn't really like get sent home with anything like that, except for when I had Silas, I did. And it was like, I don't know, Tylenol with codeine. It wasn't anything crazy. But even at the time, I was terrified. I was like, I had never, since I had been in recovery and since I had been sober, I had never taken anything before. And I was terrified. And I definitely noticed, like, I was like, I feel like once you're self-aware around, all of these things, there's no going back. So once I took it, I like noticed, even though I was taking it as prescribed, I noticed like still differences and stuff. And I just stayed in contact with my sponsor. I made sure I was not, taking it exactly as prescribed as needed like that. But I remember even like when the script, the short-term script ran out, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be sick. Like, this is going to be terrible, And like, everything was fine,
right.
But it was so scary.
Yeah.
I think that, sometimes you have to sometimes you just don't have an option to not, unless you just want to die in pain. And I think that that's I know that different people in the rooms have different, opinions on it. And some people will say, like, you cannot at all costs, like, you cannot no matter what and whatever. I think that if you are honest with yourself and telling other people and holding yourself accountable and having people hold you accountable and stuff like that, then if it's as needed.
Right. I think, for me, definitely, it would depends on where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, where am I at in life? Where am I at in my recovery and all that shit? Because there's definitely a time where I know, like, ooh, they're going to give me a script right now. Or, like, now if I did it, like, I know I'm in a place in my life where, I believe that I could, if I had to, I would.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, I went in for I had to get kidney stones out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd never had kidney stones before. I never had to have kidney stones surgically removed.
Yeah.
So I'd had a couple kidney stones before from drinking so many energy drinks and all that shit. And so I go into the doctor and they were like, yeah, so we're going to go in and we're going to take it out. And I was like, okay, what do you mean you're going to go in and take it out? And they're like, yeah, we have to, like, go in you to take it out. I was like, oh, really? They got to, like, go in my thing. I was like, holy shit, okay. And so I go in, and at the time I was running a lot and everything like that. And so I go in there and they're getting ready to, like, put me under.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, how you feeling? I was like, oh, I'm good. He's like, okay, don't worry. We're going to give you stuff for pain and all that. And I was like, well, what are we talking? And he's like, well, what do you want? And I was like, yo,
wrong question.
what I would have given for you to ask me that question a couple of years ago.
Right.
And I was like, man, honestly, like, I think I'm going to be good. Please don't give me anything for pain. I'm in recovery. He's like, all right, cool. He's like, well, how are you feeling right now? And I was like, a little anxiety, but I'm not sure what to expect. He's like, don't worry, we can take care of that for you. And the next thing I know, they hit me with what I assume was, what's that shit?
Valium?
No, the kind of like that.
Ativan?
Morphine. Ativan. I assume it was Ativan. As soon as they hit me with that, I was like, oh, I feel like I did something wrong now.
Yeah.
Like, this feels way too good.
Yeah.
And then, but that's only been my only real experience. Luckily, any other pain type stuff I've been able to kind of handle through the gym and all that kind of shit. So
yeah,
much rather do that.
Yeah, it's scary. I know it's scary. And like you said, like, I think wherever you're at, like, you really have to be honest with yourself and, like, check your motives also, like, really check your motives. And that's why it's so important to be honest with your doctors, with your family, whoever, if someone has to, like, hand you pills as your time, like, to make sure you're not whatever. But yeah, I've never really had an issue with that, but I have definitely noticed, like, especially in the hospital, when I've had to go to the emergency room and they'll give me, like, some heavy shit, immediately I just, like, hate how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, hate it,
Right.
It's a weird feeling because I never in my life thought I would not like that feeling, but my brain is just, like, wired differently now.
Right.
It's weird. It's really weird.
Dude, I remember, like, watching movies or seeing in real life people fucked up or people shooting up. And the only way I could describe it was, like, it was almost sexy to me. You know what I mean? Like, sitting there, like, as I was trying to get so rubby, I'd be sitting like this and feel a vein and be like, oh.
Yeah.
And get all excited. And now it's so polar opposite where, like, if somebody's on a movie shooting up, I'm like, I can't even look at it.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how our minds can, like, finally heal and change. And then all of a sudden you start thinking like a rational person again.
It's
very odd.
Wild. Yeah, no, it's wild to me every day. I'm like, how is this? How is this possible? No, literally. My favorite movie was Requiem for a Dream. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that was, like, my favorite. Before I even did anything, that was, like, my favorite movie. So that should have been a little bit of a red flag for me. I don't know. But yeah, any movie with any kind of people using anything, I was, like, so drawn to.
Mm-hmm.
The most fucked up movies you could ever imagine were my favorite.
Basketball Diaries.
Yep.
So good. Spun.
Yep. All of them.
Dude, they were so good.
What's the most accurate as far as portrayal? Like, not even the quality of the movie, but, like, what's the most accurate movie you've seen about addiction or shooting up or whatever it is?
I saw one recently. I think I told you about this last time we were doing this. Cherry, I think it was called, with Tom Holland. Did you watch it yet?
No, I don't think we have whatever it's on.
I feel like his story is pretty. So he was in the army, and then he got prescribed pain medication, And then he turned into a full-blown heroin addict with his girlfriend. And it was like such a... When I was... We watched it, John and I watched it together, and I was watching, and it just... That felt like the most on-brand, like it was so close to what it's actually like, and the shit that he was doing, and like those toxic ass... I don't know if you were ever in a running relationship with a... probably you... Yeah. Man. Those using relationships and... I think that was like probably one of the most on point ones that I've seen. Because even Requiem for a Dream, after I had done, I was already an addict, and then I would watch it again, and I'm like, their pupils don't get big. Right. Actually, certain parts, I'm like, no, that's actually right. Get your shit together. You should know what you're doing if you're making a movie about this. But Cherry was like pretty, it's heavy. It's a heavy ass movie. I thought originally when I saw the trail, I thought it was like an action movie. I thought he was like a bank robber or something like that. He was a fucking heroin addict.
We're going to watch it this weekend.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's a good question. I'm sitting there trying to rack my brain of all the drug movies. I think from what I remember, Basketball Diaries was pretty accurate.
4 Good Days with Mila Kunis, where she's trying to get on subs too, was pretty good. She had to get clean for a few days to get... Did you ever see that?
I don't think so. No, I think I saw pieces.
Okay.
Did you ever see Drugstore Cowboy?
I don't think so.
It's an older movie with Matt Dillon and a couple people, and they're knocking over pharmacies and stuff like that.
I don't know.
Now you're making me rack my brain of all the drug movies. But I think Basketball Diaries...
I feel like I've seen 90% of every drug movie because that's just my favorite genre. I feel like, I don't know. I go, it's like the classic, we go to rehab. Anyone that's like an addict, they're like, the girls in rehab are like, my favorite movies are like Spun, 13, Kids, and some heroin movie. Like there's always...
Kids have you ever seen Gummo?
No, I've heard of it.
Have you ever seen Belly?
Yes.
So in the movie Belly, do you remember the scene where they're shooting pool in DMX's house and there's that weird movie playing in the background?
Yeah.
And it's got the kid with the bunny ears.
Yeah.
It's like fucking rabbit and doing that. So that's Gummo.
Okay.
Gummo will make you lose faith in mankind. It is one of the most disturbing movies. It's one of the most
watch it
disturbing
immediately.
Movies. The same people that made Kids made Gummo.
Yeah.
Fear and Loathing. I always try to get my wife to watch Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, but she doesn't like it. But it's so fucking good.
It's so good.
The acting's great. The story.
It's funny.
Hunter S. Thompson was the shit.
Yeah.
Damn, now you got me racking my brain on drug movies.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Train Spotting.
Layer Cake. I saw that long ago. That's like an AA movie. It's called Clean and Sober. Michael Keaton. It's like him in rehab.
Oh, okay.
I saw that. I mean, that's like an 80s movie, right? I saw that long ago. So one thing I had been noticing following you is that you've been in the gym quite a bit lately.
I have.
How did that happen? What happened?
I've been trying for a long time.
The last time you were here, you started doing so many workouts at your house.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I see you in the gym and I was like, all right, let's fucking go.
Yeah. Well, Silas went to school. Once before then I had him all the time. So it was hard to get out of the house, which really my gym actually has childcare. So I could have joined earlier. But yeah, so I got a membership to a gym and I just started going and getting back in there and I love it.
Yeah.
I don't love it when I have to get up and go there, but afterwards I love it.
Right. A very good friend of mine, Penny, I always say this quote, but when I started running, she gave me a quote and she said, you'll never regret going for a run, but you'll always regret when you didn't.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. Well, I notice a difference now, and that's my addictive personality. I feel like, because when I don't go for a day, I feel like shit. Even if I just go, if I'm taking active rest day or whatever, and I go on the Stairmaster or just do something like that, I feel so much different, I don't know. It's pretty cool. I like it.
What kind of, do you have a style with your working out?
No, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in there. I'm figuring it out. I'm doing, I just had a bunch of people ask me, because I've been doing side by side. I did a pump picture before and after, because I know I'm doing something right, because I get pumped up, right? Especially I'm trying to grow the fucking dump truck ass. That's what I want.
Right.
And so people were asking me what I was doing, and I kind of just from home, because I'm terrified to record in the gym. It makes me sick to think about recording in public. I love hearing you say that. It makes me absolutely want to vomit. Like, I can't even take a selfie in public, so just like recording anywhere in public just is like so embarrassing for me. I'm not there. Maybe one day I'll get over that fear and I'll be there. I'm just not. So I did something from home showing people like what I've been doing and stuff, and then they'll give me tips. You know, I really just learned by going online and watching other people and watching other girls in the gym and like stuff like that. So I don't have a full routine yet. Like, I'm still learning, but I've learned a lot of things.
Right.
So that's pretty cool.
That's the equation right there.
Yeah.
What you're saying, like, you find those couple people online that you trust, and you know what I mean. They have good content. You could tell they know what they're talking about. They're educated, and then I learned everything I could. Working out, I wish if I could have been as interested in school as I am anything working out, I could have a doctorate degree.
Yeah.
Because I can't get enough information about that. So I'm always reading, watching stuff, anything I can get my hands on.
Right.
But then there's so much to say for just going in there and figuring it out. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I had to humble my ass and go in there. I have embarrassed myself so many times just in the last couple of months, like trying to learn machines, they have this moving Smith machine at my gym, which it just goes like, it's not a, super stationary one. Like it stays like this, but it also moves back and forth like this.
oh, really?
Yeah. And I don't love it. I like the other one better because the one that I want to go on is always taken. And so I've tried to do squats on that one, but you can't, like, because it moves.
And you can't lock it in?
No, you can't lock it in, like, on the thing somewhere.
Smith machine?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And so I tried 2 different occasions. I've tried to squat on it, and the bar literally falls. I'm over here like this. It like makes a crash. I'm like, everybody's freaking looking at me. I fell off the Stairmaster. I've done so many. Most of the time, like, I've tried to do Bulgarian split squats, and I'm like falling over. You just have to embarrass yourself, I feel like, to learn.
Yeah.
You know? But I am learning little by little. I still got a lot to go, but like little by little, I'm learning. But anytime anyone comes up to me, I had this dude come up to me. I'm learning gym language, and one day I was in the gym and I'm doing like chest, or I don't know. I'm going to sneeze.
God bless. Look at the light. Does looking at the light help you sneeze or stop you from
I
sneezing?
feel like it went away. Lies. Blasphemy. That's not right. Or it just went away. I sucked it back into my body. Anyways,
strange, creepy guy comes up to you?
No, he wasn't stranger. He wasn't strange or creepy at all. But he came up to me and like, I don't know gym, stuff. Yeah, like that. And he's like, can I hop on, or can I work in? No, he didn't say that though. Or hop. He said hop on, or hop. I'm like, hop on what? He said but he was meaning working, like, yeah. And I was like, what do you like? Do I look? He thought maybe I looked like I knew what I was doing. I got the gym outfits, I got the right. the little fitness gear or whatever, and I was like, what? Like, I'm sorry, I don't know what that means, And he's like hop in or hop on or whatever, and I'm like, I'm about to be done in 1 second. I will give it to you, like in a second, and it just made me realize that I need to like learn, I guess, how to do things at the gym,
You'll pick it up.
He goes to like the lifts.
Yeah, I would never.
It only happened to me that way, and he wasn't rude or he wasn't.
Unless I had like had rapport with the person, you know what I mean. Like I go every day at 5 a.m. So yeah. I know all the 5 a.m. people.
Right, I see the same people every day. I go around the same time every day. I see, so like I feel like I know most of them, and I see this guy almost every day. He hasn't talked to me since though. He has not even like looked my direction.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's because he's just letting you do your thing.
Yeah.
Now if he's always trying to hop in with you or something.
No, he hasn't even.
But that's one of the things I enjoy most about the gym is like those people, they get used to seeing you.
Yeah.
So then everybody expects you to be there.
Right.
So like if I don't see somebody there for a couple of days, hey, what's up? You good? Like there's like that little bit of a...
Yeah, I've had that.
And you say what's up?
Yeah.
But then it's funny because I'm glad you started now and you didn't start on January 1st.
It's going to be packed. Well, I don't even go on the weekends. I hate going on the weekend because there's so many people in the gym. Everything is, I'm like, how are people working out? Because everything is, all taken up. All the machines are taken up. All of the weights. There's people everywhere. It's like claustrophobic. I don't like that. I'm gonna have to get up early, I guess, like you. I don't like that either. But I don't know.
Best medicine ever. Best medicine ever. I used to train a good buddy of mine, his girlfriend, and he's a trainer too. And I would ask, like, bro, why don't you want to train your girl? He's like, no, dude, it doesn't work like that. And I was still like newer as a trainer.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I wonder why. So I started training her, and then I've always opened the door. My wife knows you can come to the gym with me anytime. Like, I would love nothing more. Not saying we need to work out together.
Yeah.
But like, if I look over there, see you doing your thing, I'm over here doing my thing. Like, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Right. And so one day we were on a cruise actually, and I was like, all right, you're coming with me today, right? She's like, all right, I'll go. And I explained one exercise to her, and she fucking hated it. She didn't want to take any direction from me in the gym and stuff like that. But I feel bad because she has some injuries and stuff like that. And I'm like, hey, like, I'm really good at my job. Like, let me help.
Yeah.
And so we tried it once, and now I totally agree with my boy that you can't really train your significant other.
Yeah. Oh, and I feel like certain people I feel like I need to figure things out on my own.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I thought about getting a trainer and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like I'd rather just learn the ropes myself through trial and error. You know, hopefully don't injure myself or whatever. But so far it's been okay. Yeah.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you or anything at the gym?
At the gym?
Mm-hmm.
That thing that I was just the Smith machine incident, 2 of them, not even just one. I did it. I had to go in for another try to make sure to double, triple check it.
Right.
You know, that I could not double, triple check that I would not be successful in doing this. Apparently, you just like cannot squat on that because of the way that it moves. Mind you, I have no weight on it. It's literally just the bar, which is even more embarrassing.
So like when you're saying it's moving, if I was to bench, when I go up, it can go back?
Yeah, and forward. So it's like it's how would you explain it? Yeah, slide it back and forth.
Why would you want to slide?
I don't know why anyone would want to slide it. Yeah, it does work well for. I do lunge. That's about all I can do on it, and I do hip thrusts on it. But
bougie gym. Don't say what your gym is. I don't want a bunch of weirdos to start showing up there.
No, it's not a bougie. It doesn't have a lot of machines that I wish it had. Honestly,
Does it begin with a C?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I had never seen a moving one like that before. I don't like it. I like the regular ones.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, that or the Stairmaster. I like fell off the Stairmaster. I didn't even fall off. I was holding on. So like the stairs like fell from underneath me somehow. I don't know. So I'm holding on to the top. Like picture this, right? So like, you know, the top, and then it's kind of like a steep, and my legs are just dangling.
Really?
The stairs are still going. I'm literally like, help, but like, help me, but like, also don't look at me right now. Nobody look. Like, I'm trying not to draw attention. And I finally, I think I like smacked the button, but I'm like literally like, hey, I felt like I was hanging off a cliff. I don't know why. I'm pretty tall. I don't know why I didn't just like let go. It probably wasn't that far of a drop, you know, but yeah, I ran off of the Stairmaster. I left my phone there. I was like, I ran I was like, I need to leave right now.
Really?
I can never come back here. I can never show my face. Like, I can never do this again. That was pretty embarrassing at the gym.
Just embrace it. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, now I'm over it. But at the time, I was like, oh my God, everybody saw this. Everybody's watching me. And that's like when you go into the gym, especially when I first started, I just felt like everyone knew that she's a fraud. She's not. She's a literal fraud. She does not know what she's doing, you know, at all. And
there's probably 80. I'm just going to throw a number. I'd say probably 80% of the people in there are figuring it out too.
Yeah.
Everybody's had that moment.
Right.
You know what skull crushers are?
No.
So you ever see somebody, they get like an easy curl bar and then go like that. And so there was an incline bench, and we were in a bodybuilding gym. So there's like people there that they do this shit for a living.
Right.
They take it serious. And so I like being around that. It inspires me. I want to see people that are better than me. So it makes me want to go harder. And so it was me and my buddy and a couple other guys. And we were, of the group, I was doing the heaviest weight of these skull crushers. And I got the bar, and I went to go sit down. And as I raised my hands and went lean back, the bar, like, because I don't use my thumbs.
Yeah.
And it slipped out of my hand and crashed down on me. The whole gym stops and like looks over at me, and I was just like, don't worry, it's just the first time I ever tried doing skull crushers, no problem, but like, what can you do at that point?
Yeah.
try to laugh at yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good at that. That's the one thing. I'm embarrassing literally every day of my life, so it's like something I'm used to. You know, sometimes I embarrass myself a little bit more than the norm, but I always can find a way to laugh about it.
Right.
If you can't laugh at yourself, then what are you doing? You know?
Right.
Yeah. What are your top 2 tips for a noob in the gym?
A noob?
Yeah, noob.
Number 1 is consistency. If you break it, and then I'm just speaking from personal experience, but so many people will allow, you know what I mean? Like you get this thing going like that, and then the first obstacle that comes up, you know what I mean? I got to go into work early, or it was a late day, or this or that, and then it breaks the cycle. That so I'd say consistency. Like I look at the gym as like I need to fill my cup before I can fill anybody else's
Come
cup.
on.
You know?
Come on. Yeah.
And so that's my morning medicine. It's a non-negotiable thing in my life. It is what I do. I went in the gym when my back's been thrown out. Like when there's times where I have no business even being in the gym, you know, my wife has watched as I'm sick as fuck and I shouldn't be going there or anything like that. But still for me, I need to keep that routine going.
Yeah.
Even if I don't have the best workout, I still went in there, I broke a sweat, I moved around, I still am going to feel better when I leave.
Right.
And I'd say the other one is getting out of your comfort zone and being willing to try new things. And so many people, clients I've worked with or whatever, they may know they lifted in high school football or, you know, they had a little bit of experience, so they know a couple exercises. And so they'll go in there and they'll do those couple exercises and they do the same couple exercises every time they go in. And then if you don't ever expand on what you know, you're going to grow bored of the same 3, 4, 5 exercises or whatever.
Right.
So you got to be able to get out of your comfort zone, try a new machine, try a new movement, look it up on YouTube. And then once people start learning more, and then like we're talking about, like everybody, myself included, is insecure walking into the gym. You always feel like people are looking at you when you're starting off, and they're not. You know?
Yeah, they're
like,
not. It's all in our heads.
I'm in there every day. So when I see somebody come in, yeah, I can tell that this person's new in the gym, but that gets me excited. It's like, all right, they're in the right place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, they're doing the right thing. Somebody's overweight. I see them sweating. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Yeah, just being able to get out of your comfort zone, try new things, being willing to be humbled or embarrassed of not knowing how to do something. Yeah. But you go in there and you try these new things, and I promise you do them 2, 3 times. Eventually, you're going to do them, and it's going to click for you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is how this is supposed to feel. You know what I mean? And it's little cues.
Right.
Like, okay, on this one I have to tuck my elbows, or, you know, this one I need to keep my elbows in front of my body, whatever it is. And then you start feeling more comfortable. You get that confidence, and then it's a part of your life.
Game
on. Trying to think of anything else embarrassing that's happened to me in the gym. I have a really bad problem, and I don't know if it's the floors of some gyms or it's the way I walk. But have you ever just been walking, there's nothing there, and your sneaker catches, and you like trip in front of everybody?
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
I do that. Right in the gym.
Not even in the gym, just...
I do that, yeah. I do that on a regular basis. Too. Maybe we just don't know how to walk. I feel that's something I go through my head. I made a video the other day about things that are just like embarrassing for no reason. And sometimes I like in my head, if I think about my walking too much, I like forget how to walk. Like, does that make sense? Yeah. So I'm like, how do these freaking Little Mermaid ass fucking legs or whatever, like, what am I even doing? You know, like how, when you think about anything, I feel like it's like that. And then walking is embarrassing for literally no reason, because I'm like, wait, is this like, I don't know if that's just a me thing. Maybe that's weird. It was
no, you don't.
Maybe that's weird. I don't know.
So many people feel like that. What are your goals in the gym?
I want to grow dump truck ass. I want to be strong. Like I want to be strong. That was my main thing for getting in there, right? And now I'm also learning about all of these other things, and I'm working on the rest of my body as well, and like my stamina. Even like I don't do a ton of cardio because I'm more trying to build muscle, you know. But even just like taking time and breathing while I'm doing like some light cardio, stuff like that. I just feel like my goal is just wellness in general and a fat dump truck ass. Yeah.
So that, I would say, most of the women I've trained, that is the number one goal, is to get the dump truck ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have zero. I have no ass.
Dude, let me tell you real quick about this dude that pops up on my reels sometimes. He's this gay dude that, I guess he's a trainer. So he has the biggest ass on a man I have ever seen in my entire life. Do you know what? He has dark hair. He has I'm telling you, it is like insane. Yeah. And he wears these like leggings, so it just really accentuates. I'm like, how is this even like physically possible? He's a big dude. Yeah, something. Yeah. I'm like, wow. I'm trying to be a...
There's this, speaking of that, there's this other guy that my wife put me on. He's a Peloton guy.
Oh, okay.
But he's a very flamboyant gay guy.
Yeah.
He is fucking hilarious. Have you ever seen him?
I
mean,
do you know his name?
You know his name?
I think it's Cody. I don't know his last name. He's on the commercials now. He's got he's on Gatorade now too.
Is he? Good for him.
Cody.
Good for him.
Yeah.
But he's like very flamboyant, but like kind of like raunchy. Like, have you ever seen the Peloton trainers?
Yeah.
So people that are doing Peloton, then there's specific trainers I guess you can pick or whatever, and he's one.
Yeah.
And he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He's good.
I love that.
You were talking earlier about embarrassing stories, and you lean in on your social media and stuff like that. You lean in on the poop stories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you got a good story about that you'd be willing to share? I got a couple. I shared them with you last night, but I'll share them with the audience today.
Sure did. I shit my pants at a water. I shit my bathing suit at a water park one time.
Really?
We were 16. Yeah.
Of all ages. 16.
Yeah. But I was a teenager, and
I know. But at that point,
but the thing is that this is the scariest part. Is like I didn't even know that it happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you all together then?
Yep. Do you remember that? Well, we were also under the influence a lot. I remember it. You remember.
You don't forget something like that.
Big time. I remember it. And we went to Splashdown.
And it's called Splash.
It's called Splashdown. I splashed down right in my pants, okay? And yeah, so that was super embarrassing. I mean, when I think about probably the thing that makes me like cringe the hardest is the fact that I got sober in 2013. I went to rehab and I stayed sober for a couple months. I got to like 90 days. And then I celebrated by going out to the bar because I was still like super delusional around like the fact that I just couldn't be like normal and drink and stuff, you know?
As long as I don't do drugs, I'm fine.
Yeah. And so the drinking turned into Molly. A lot of Molly, like a lot. And I would go to the bars, to the normal bars with all these normal people that are just drinking off of like parachuting a gram of Molly to my face. Mm-hmm. And I would talk to everybody, you know, like I'm talking to everybody. I'm like giving everybody compliments. I'm going up and hugging people. I'm having conversations with everybody you could think of. Like nobody could stop. If I trapped you in a conversation, forget it. But one time I took this selfie video of me like with these people and I was talking during the video and I realized I was talking quite literally like this. And I'm like, is this every single time I go out? People are probably like, this crackhead ass bitch, I'm scared.
Right.
And when I realized that's what because I thought I was hiding it, you know, so well. And like, I just remember the absolute embarrassment. To this day, I think that's the thing that makes me cringe the absolute hardest. Because I was just really out here looking like a whole just absolute crackhead at these bars. Like seeing people from high school, you know, being like, oh, hey, you know, my eyeballs, my pupils probably like this big. Like,
doing great.
Yeah, they was so good. I love you so much, you know, like, oh my God, it was that's probably the most cringy thing when I think back on it.
I remember in my club and bar days, you know, you get ready, you get all fresh. I'd be cologne sprayed. And I smoked cigarettes. I smoked Newports, right?
Same.
But I thought I was fresh as fuck.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I quit smoking, and then I would smell somebody that smokes and I had cologne on, I'm like, that's how I fucking smelled this whole fucking time?
Yeah.
I'm fresh to death when I smell like a...
No, we smelled like shit.
Dirty cigarette.
Yeah.
Fucking dipped in shitty cologne.
Yeah.
It was bad. You were saying something about, I want to go back. We'll go back to the poop story. But you were talking about growing your butt.
Yeah.
So... Well, one thing that I always run into with female clients, and it's tough, is obvious. I think guys too, but women, their big thing. Oh, I don't want to get bulky. I don't want to get.
Oh no, I did work out prior to this. When I got sober, I was in the gym a lot. And I learned then that like certain things that you are not going to make you bulky. They're just going to tone you.
Right.
That's a misconception. Or people are like, I don't want to look like a man, like.
That does, number one, girls don't have the hormones for that to happen. It's not you can. And then when also people don't realize, people think all right, my goal is to build an ass. You don't build an ass in the gym. You build an ass with how you eat. You know what I'm saying? You have to eat more. And so it's very double-sided with women, because trying to tell a woman who's conscious about weight or something like that, like, hey, you have to eat.
Right.
Or else you won't grow.
Yeah.
And so like they'll sit there and they'll do hip thrusters and
I think you grow it, because they're not eating, right?
Oh, it's not working. It's like, well, I promise you it would be working if you were eating the things I was telling you to eat when I tell you to eat them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to make that point because I was going to bring it up and then I forgot. But back to the poop stories. My wife's not paying attention. Thought your ears perked up on that one. So people always find out that I wake up super early.
Yeah.
Right. So I have an emergency alarm set for 2:30. It never goes off. I'm always up before it. And yes, I was from the military. Like, I enjoy getting up earlier. It's my time and stuff like that. 2 is extreme. But
yeah,
number one, I enjoy doing things other people aren't willing to do.
Yeah.
I feel like it gives me a little bit of mental edge. But the other reason is because when I very first started running, I'd go in downtown Austin and we'd run way before the sun ever comes up. And so one morning I'm running downtown, and all of a sudden my stomach just goes, and I was like, oh no, there's nothing open. What am I going to do right now? And so I'm like frantically, like, I'm going to have to shit behind a car, in an alley. Like, oh my God, I'm a grown man. How is this happening? Thank God I made it until Starbucks finally opened. And so that's when I was like, all right, I'm never going for another run not having handled my business in the morning. So I'd wake up early, drink my coffee, handle my business, go out for my runs, everything's good. Well, in Texas, it gets so hot in the summer to where they do night races, right? And so there's a night race circuit. And so I was getting ready to run a night race, and so the race will start like an hour or two before the sun goes down. So you're in the light, and then you have a headlamp, and it goes into the night. And so we were getting ready to start the race, and my friend looked over at me, and she's like, hey, do you want any wipes? And so like in ultra running or trail running, there's like two different types of runners. You'll have people that like travel light because I want to be fast.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to place, I want to win, you know what I mean? Then there's other people who are just out there kind of for the experience, and they want to do these long distances.
Right.
So they're not really concerned with how long they're going to be out there. They just want to finish. So I was always travel light. So I'd have water and that's it. I don't want to be carrying. There's other people who have first aid bags, any of that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm super regular. I go in the morning. I don't need any wipes. So we start this race. Mind you, it is 110 degrees out, hot as fuck, humid as fuck. And so, you're dripping sweat as soon as you start running or whatever. And so about an hour into the race, dripping sweat, and all of a sudden, again, my stomach goes, and I was like, oh my God.
The gurgle of death.
Right. And so at first you're like, it's cool, I'm out in the woods. Well, the race just started. And so races in the beginning, everybody will like be bunched up. And then hours later, everybody starts, separating and this and that. And so this happens, my stomach goes like that, and there's like a little ridge. And so I'm like, all right. So I run up this little ridge, and there's all these people behind me, all these people in front of me. And I get up there, I'm like, all right, cool, they can't see me. I drop my shorts, start handling my business in the middle of the woods. And I notice, I'm like, man, it's really cleared out around here. And I look, and I realize I'm back on the trail. I ran up the ridge, and I'm back on the trail. And all these people that are running that way are going to pretty soon turn the corner and be running right at me. As now I'm standing there with my pants around my ankles, taking a shit.
With their headlamps.
On the trail, but it's still light.
Oh, it's still light.
So there's no hiding from this. So I'm like, and of course, we're in the hill country of Texas. There's not one tree out there with a leaf or anything. So I'm like, I'm fucked. So all I have is my shirt. I pull my shirt off, use that, dig a hole real quick, shirt, everything else in the hole, cover it up. And I'm like, oh, thank God. So I go back down on the trail and I run and I keep going. We don't get an hour and a half later. Now it's dark, and all of a sudden my stomach does it again. And I don't have a shirt, and there's no leaves. And I'm like, holy shit. Why didn't I take those fucking wipes? And so I got to do it again. And now I don't have anything, so I'm in the woods. I have trail shoes on, headlamp, and I have to take my shorts and boxers off and use my boxers now to handle my business. And so then I put the shorts back on. If you've ever wore a pair of running shorts, they're the thinnest shorts known to mankind. And it's 120 degrees and you're dripping wet. So they are sucked to you. And so here I am running and I finish my race and I come in and these shorts are stuck to me like spandex. And so I finished the race in just shorts and shoes and socks. I would have had to have gone with the socks next.
Did you have to shit again after that, or was
No, I was good after the second one.
run? Okay.
And,
Does running make you want to shit?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
It might have just been what I ate that day.
Yeah.
Usually I'm morning time, handle my business, and if I'm sick or something, maybe in that evening. But it was just odd. But never a run without wipes.
Yeah.
Listen
Also that.
to my friend Penny.
Yeah.
No, it's very common to see people without. I would end up taking the shirt off eventually, but you could definitely tell that I had paper thin shorts on with nothing on underneath. Right. And then I got done and it was like, "How was your race?" And I was like, "Don't even ask." But that's my one.
Traumatizing.
Yeah, that was my one. But I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
But my wife has some good stories if she wants to come on and no. Okay, we'll get her in here eventually.
We should just do a whole show
You too should.
about shitting and poop stories.
It's an idea.
Bring out the spoon story. Yeah. Yeah. I call everyone Shardies. Like I call myself Shardy, and everyone's like, actually it's shoddy. And I'm like, no, it's actually Shardy because I shart my pants.
I always thought
Sometimes, okay?
So when I first heard you say that, I thought you were playing off like how up north they call people "What's up, shorty?"
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Well, kind of, but it's
Shardy.
Shardy. Yeah, so it's like a blend of the two. It's like
You're
a term.
talking about
And it also, it's not, it was like originally just because like it was a play on I have stomach problems and all the stomach issue girlies, and everyone related. So I was like Shardy. And then it's just like a term of endearment, I'm like, hey, Shardy,
I
And
like it.
a lot of people think it's gross and disgusting, but I feel like a lot of us have made it something that's just like fun to say. And
One of those things, especially with females, that it's not really.
I talk about it. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it. Right.
You should
I should who?
trademark.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I've never
I should.
heard anybody else say it.
Yeah, and positive affirmations as well.
You better.
Those are I got
You do that before this one comes out.
I got a lot. Yeah. Oh, I have merch. I have merch that says thick queen juicy dumper
Dear.
and dang shardy, because that's like my positive affirmation videos that I make. I have dang shardy, and then on the back of the shirt it says thick queen juicy dumper, and people fucking love it.
That's what's up.
I'm like, yo, this is so cool. Are you sure? Like, are you sure? But like, this is so cool.
Right.
Yeah,
That is. We had the launch party last night for the podcast. You guys were here, and like I was absolutely blown away by how many people decided to drive in rush hour traffic from Austin and showed up and stuff like that. And then
people love you, dude.
it's a wild to thing, but I mean, and I got messages from people this morning, and like the things that they're saying and stuff like that. It's just it blows me away.
Yeah.
And so I know that you have people messaging you every day.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like somebody that's willing to publicly be vulnerable and publicly talk about their stuff, because everybody's fucking thinking of it.
Right.
And it's like,
Well, let's just like normalize everything. That's
Right.
what I feel like. Normalize fucking
are
everything.
we gonna walk around and really act like people don't shit?
Right.
Like,
Literally.
my wife doesn't shit.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe that she does, but everybody else, they do. Right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was anyways. But it's I love how in such a toxic environment, kind of taking it back to where we started the podcast and talking about the state of things, how it could be, social media can be a very negative place.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to do is put out positive content that
Right.
uplifts people, talk about vulnerable things that actually everybody's going through.
Right.
And you doing the same. It's awesome. It's awesome.
We're doing pretty cool things. It's cool.
We were, I was talking with Johnny this morning, and but we were talking about like I've had people on, telling their stories and stuff like that, but I want something where it's like, wait, why was I even bringing this up? What was I talking with you about this morning? The fuck did my mind just go? Oh, like I was saying, I want it to be more conversations and stuff like that. And so I was like, I don't want to, I want it to be more back and forth, conversational stuff like that. And so Jason and I were going over on like who we have on, and you were one of the first names I brought up, because we're just very aligned with what we're doing. And so much of my life I wanted to walk around and always be the tough guy and never show a chink in my armor and stuff like that. And I was fucking miserable.
I was like that too.
And as soon as I owned all my shit and started talking about it and all that, it's like I could not be more fucking proud of all the fucked up shit that I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're using it now to help people.
Right.
Which is the goal.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what are they drawn to? Is it her recovery aspect? Is it the silliness? Is it the gym stuff? Like, what helps build her?
That was a lot to remember right there.
But yeah, just ask her about her audience and what is her audience drawn to her.
Right. So, like, between your social media platforms and all the people you interact with, what do you think it is about your followers? Like, what do you think it is about you that identifies so much with your followers? Like, is it the gym stuff, just the vulnerability? Like, what do you think draws people to you like that?
Well, I think the really cool thing about my platform is I am not really a lot of creators get like stuck into one kind of box of like, this niche that's very small. I have tons of people that follow me for my recovery stuff. I have people that follow me for all my just like positive affirmations and goofy stuff. I have people that follow me because I'm vulnerable and I'm just honest on there. And they honestly, I don't really know exactly. Like, I couldn't tell you. I never thought that I would have this many people following me and feeling like I get people telling me all the time, like, you are my best friend. Like, you feel like my best friend. Like, I don't care what you say. And I'm like, I feel the same. No, I literally feel the same about them. And like, I feel when I get to talk to people and like my 3A meetings or like I even just interacting on messages, like I genuinely feel like they've seen all of me and they love me anyway. You know what I mean? So like, these are my people, and I don't know exactly what I don't exactly know. So that would be a question for them. I don't know why. But from the things that they tell me, it's just all of it, I guess. Yeah.
Right. This might be a hard question for you, but like with what you're doing now, what you have going on in life, like where do you think you'll be, or where do you hope to see yourself in the next couple of years, 5 years, 10 years, stuff like that?
I don't know. I don't usually think that far. Obviously, I've got some, things I want to accomplish. I want to keep growing. I want to be able to help a lot more people somehow, right? Like I have to figure out what that looks like, but I really, the bigger that my platforms grow, the more that I want to give back in some type of way. You know what I mean? Because I get imposter syndrome really, really, really bad, like really bad. And I'm like, I don't deserve any of this. This is not, I can't do these things, like I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. I'm just a recovering crackhead, right. I don't have this power. I can't do these things. And I'm working on not having that mindset and using what, the universe, God, higher power, HP up in the, homie, whatever has given me to help people. Cause I really think that is my main purpose, right, is to be helping people. Right. All the goofy stuff is great, and having platforms to do that, but I think that the reason that I was given the platforms that I have is to help people. Right. So that's like my main thing, especially the recovery community, especially people that are struggling with other domestic violence, homelessness, all of those things. I just really want to be helping people as much as I can.
Right. I was thinking like deeply on this not long ago. you see these people that are road driven, or people ask you a question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? And I think at one time in my life, I was driven like that, where it was like, all right, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. And it always ended up shitty. You know what I mean? Like, I would find a way to fucking crumble it somehow. And, you know, when I got sober and I started running and all that stuff, I just started doing me. I did what I enjoy. I discovered what I was passionate about, and I just leaned into it.
Right.
And my life has continued to just sit there and climb, and all these great things happen. And people will ask me, like, well, how'd you get into this? I'm like, I just kind of got my shit together.
That's exactly.
Started running and going to the gym.
Yeah.
And good things keep happening.
Yeah.
And I just but my main goal stays, I just want to try to help people.
Right.
It doesn't matter if I'm helping somebody with their form in the gym, if I'm using my experience with a story to help them, if it's, you know, social media or the podcast or anything like that. My goal is just to continue to try to use my experience to help people. And all I know is good things keep happening.
Yeah.
And
it's
so that's
fucking wild.
It is.
It's just crazy.
But there's not a day that goes by where I don't have that imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
I've talked to my wife deeply many, many times, where it's like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, how's this all happening to me? How do these amazing people come into my life?
Right.
And, you know, all I know, and I'm sure I've said this on here before, but when my life was all about, like, what can I get? You know what I mean? It was like I was bleeding the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What can I take? What can I get? And as soon as I stopped that and was like, all right, what can I give?
Right.
You know what I mean? And even recently, like, I've been talking to a couple of people, and I've changed my sights on, rather than like, what does this person do for me? It's like, what value do I add to this friendship? What value do I add to this relationship? And that too has, like, the more I do that, more good things happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like this byproduct that I never expected.
Yeah. I think just having, you know, good intentions, and, you know, I'm in my spiritual bag out here in these streets. And so every morning I'm like, hey, homie, you know, yeah, I am. I'm in my spiritual bag. Okay. I'm
Next
like,
time you pose, I'm like, ooh, she's in her bag right now. Let's go.
and so I'm like, hey, like, help me not be a piece of shit today, and, like, give me the opportunity to help people. Right. Like, help me stay in that. Help me. Because I was a selfish piece of shit for a long time. Just like you said, like, the person that I was before I got sober was so the opposite of who I am today. Like, it was all about me. I didn't care about anybody else. It was all, you know how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, in a way, I have the ability to, like, reverse all that today by helping as many people as I can. Like, and just, it could be in tiny, small ways, letting someone pass me instead of, like, me fucking zooming up, you know, trying to cut someone off. Like, fuck you, you're not going. I'm like, hey, go ahead, you know. And it took a while. I'm from New York, you know, road rage is a thing. That took a minute for me. But even just, like, helping someone put their shopping cart away, giving people compliments when I feel that in my spirit, you know, like, just trying to bring some joy and positivity to the world. And, like, since I have been working on that since I got sober, my life has just changed. And I never asked for any of this. Like, I never asked for any of this. I literally just, every day I wake up and I say, help me not be a piece of shit. Help me help others today. Like, give me that opportunity. And, like, just little by little, all of these things just started happening. And my life is just like I've said this so many times. I wake up every day and I'm like, what? Who allowed this? Right. You know, like, I don't know what's happening. I don't feel worthy of it a lot of the time, and I don't understand it, but I just know that I feel called to help people, and this is just the way that I have to do it, you know?
Right. I just heard a quote or saying the other day, and I'm trying to rack my brain and remember it, but the basic gist was, damn. It was about helping, like, when you're helping people, and it was like, I can't remember how they said it, but I remember on Thanksgiving, we went and ran the turkey trot, right? Mm-hmm. I think the saying basically goes, it's like, oh, I'm fucking this up. I can't remember what the saying was, but hopefully me explaining the story I'm about to say will help me remember it. But there was a homeless person on Thanksgiving, and normally I'll be quite honest, I know 99% of people, if you're giving homeless people money, it's going to drugs.
Yeah.
It's not going to food. It's not going to anything. It's going to drugs. So I'll respect the ones that will honestly have a sign or something saying like, "Oh, I need a fix. I
Right.
just want to go buy some weed or whatever." Like, I respect that.
Yeah.
Usually, I'm not gonna give homeless people money. I'd rather give my money to a charity for kids or some shit
Right.
like that. But a homeless person was walking by. It's Thanksgiving. They asked me if I had any change, and I was like, "No, sorry." And I remember I rarely have cash on me, but I had a $5 for whatever reason, and I was like, "You know what? Here." And I felt good doing it. They were excited it was a $5 and not change, but they were not like thankful or anything like that. And that person was expecting help, and I gave it to them, and they didn't appreciate it whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like, they fucking snatched the $5 out of my hand. They were gone. No thank you, no nothing. And then there's people that definitely aren't as less fortunate as that person was, but they're not even looking, asking, or expecting help, and you help that person, and it means the fucking world to them. You know what I mean? And it could be something as simple as like holding a door or something like that. But I realized like I had to like process and think about it. It was like, I want to help people, but this helps me stay out of myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
It makes me stop thinking about me all the time.
Yeah.
And so that's why I do it. And even just saying now about holding the door, I had a lady snap out on me one time for holding the door for her. Like I was like a misogynist pig for doing that. Yeah.
Were you like was she really far away when you opened the door?
No, I was raised, you open doors for people. You know what I mean?
Everybody opens the doors for everybody. They should.
Right. And it doesn't matter if they're younger, older, man, woman. I don't care. If somebody's coming behind me, I'll let you go first. The gym, everywhere. And she like made it an issue with me and like wanted to sit there and argue it down. And I wanted to just be like, bitch, I ain't even really doing this for you. I'm doing it for me to stay out of self.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I want to be courteous and help and stuff like that. But I was like, is this where we're really at in the world? Where now I'm for trying to hold a door for a woman?
One thing about current times is everybody's going to have an issue with everything. For everything. Yeah.
What do you watch normally? What's your shit?
I've watched about everything on Netflix at this point in my life. Everything. I'm always looking for new.
You even watch all the foreign shit?
Yep.
You do?
I love the foreign shit.
Really?
Yeah. We just no the dub stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, it's always so cringy.
If you give me a cheat code to like it, I'd love to hear it.
Listen, okay, you got to give it a second. You got to give it a fair shot. Okay, you got to make sure that it's in the beginning because the voices that they use are never on brand for the person. Like never. It's always the most like awkward ass voice. And not matching. You gotta listen.
In the Squid Games the other day. And
Squid Games is really good, but there is also a lot of like Finnish and Dutch and German shows. Dark is really good. Undercover we just watched recently, and that is really good. And it's got this like spin-offs. It's basically these people go undercover and they get the first season they get this like drug dealer or whatever, and then there's spin-offs about that drug dealer because his character is so good. They're really good. I watch everything, and I binge watch. Like I will literally watch a show within a day or two,
right.
And that's just the only way I could do it.
Yeah, I want to find a show I want to binge, but
you got to get into the foreign ones.
Send me if you would send me a really good one, and I'm gonna really try to get.
And you got to watch Cherry. You got to watch that.
I promise I'll watch that.
Yeah, it's really good. Tom Holland he's so talented. Yeah, I never realized how talented he was. Oh, another one. Do you have Apple TV?
No, so you know how there's just been this strike in Hollywood? Yeah. Is it still going on?
I think the writers is over. I think SAG is now over as well, actually. So.
Oh, okay. So I was like, oh shit, we're about to hit a drought. They're not gonna put shit for a year or two.
Right.
So I've been waiting to get Apple TV for when that drought happens. But no, I don't have it.
You need to get Apple TV. They have 3 free months or whatever. I told you this last time. You should have did it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I sure did. Because I was telling you.
Fault. I tried to do it.
Get Apple TV. I'm telling you, if you guys want good stuff to watch, there's a lot of good.
I heard that, what's his name? Jason Sudeikis?
Yeah. Oh, the one where he's a
soccer coach, right?
Yeah. Oh, what's it called? Really Ted Lasso. That's the only one I didn't watch as well. I started watching it. It's funny. But there's a lot of there's a lot of limited series, you know, like though I love limited series because you get to the end and like you don't have to wait for another season. There's one with Tom Holland. What's it called? I don't know. There's one on there with him, Hidden Flowers or some. I don't remember what it's called. That's really good. Hijack is really good. There's a lot on there. You just gotta go. Yeah, you gotta get it. If you need things to watch, go to Apple TV. Netflix is not as good as it used to be.
No,
not at all.
Flood it with all the foreign shit.
Right. I do like the foreign stuff, but even with that, there's just not enough like quality content on there.
Yo, why is Prime not good?
Probably because it's free. Like, it's free if you have a Prime membership. So they're like, here's the 1-star movies that
richest company in the world.
Yeah.
Like, there's a couple thing. You know what I mean? There was a show on there called Sneaky Pete. You ever see that?
No.
Prime originals are very hit or miss, but they have a lot of good library stuff. Like just
You gotta search for it though. They don't. I feel like, yeah, their shows are definitely hit or. What was the one? Upload or something like that. I watched and it was okay.
Did you ever see Hunters?
No.
So have you ever seen Hunters? So Hunters.
the first season.
Hunters is a show without. Yeah, I didn't watch the second season, but so Hunters is a show with Al Pacino, and basically he and some other people were in concentration camps, the Nazi concentration camps, and so then it comes to later in the future, they're back in New York City, and they're basically Nazi hunters now. It would remind you almost of a superhero show, but nobody has superpowers. But he basically has a team that goes out and hunts all these Nazi scientists and people that are embedded in America.
Yeah.
Right? And so they flash back, constantly to when he was in the concentration camps. And so I remember I'm watching this one episode, and if I remember correctly, there was a Jewish chess champion, and the guy, I believe it was Ivan the Terrible, who ran Dachau or Auschwitz, one of the concentration camps, loved chess and had this chess champion get placed there. And so he would play this guy in chess, and the chess champion would beat his ass every time. And so I guess he got upset, and in the show, he has a guard bring him out back, and now the chess champion has to play human chess with his friends and family as the pawns.
Yeah.
Right? And when they take one of the pawns or one of the pieces, they get killed right in front of them. Right? Can you imagine? So I remember watching that. My mind was blown. I'm like, who the fuck thinks of this shit?
Yeah.
How creative do you have to be just be sitting there and be like, all right, human chessboard, we're killing family. And I'm like, that shit is wild. So my sister lives in D.C. And so I go to visit my sister in D.C. and she wants to show me all the sites. And one of the things I wanted to go see was the, what's it called? It's the Holocaust Museum. Thank you. I wanted to go see that. I was really excited to go see it. As soon as I walked in, the heaviest thing I've ever walked into, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so heavy. I wasn't even really expecting it to be that heavy, but so heavy. So we walk through, I'm checking everything out, and we get to this portion. It's a hallway, and you kind of go over this little bridge, and they have framed pictures of drawings and colorings children did while in the concentration camps. And I'm walking, and I'm looking, and I get to the one, and it's a human chessboard with blood spilled by people.
So it was real.
My head exploded. I was like, that was fucking real? Like they
did a lot of shit like that. I deep dived into the Holocaust. That was when I knew. So I was always very interested in learning about it because it was just so mind blowing that something like that could happen.
Yeah.
And this is like, I'm young. We learned about it in school. I don't even think they teach about it in schools anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think they do. But we had a whole segment whenever in school, and I learned how heavy that stuff like that was totally normal.
Right.
Unfortunately, which is like absolutely insane.
Right. So I don't want to end the episode on us talking about the Holocaust or anything like that. But I noticed on your something you posted recently, you're about to be doing some traveling.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So I am partnering with this company that wants me to host a trip it's going to be to Costa Rica.
Okay.
This summer. But the cool thing about the trip is like my followers got to pick the trip through surveys, which is super, super cool. And so, yeah, I get to host and I get to meet a lot of my followers, 24 of them. That's a lot. And I'm really excited.
You don't have any imposter syndrome around this, do you?
I mean, I every day I'm like, well, how is it, like...
The fact that it's going to be a trip where people want to come hang out
with me. Yeah, no, it's so weird to me. It doesn't make any kind of sense, but I love meeting the people that follow. Like, I love it. It's one of my favorite things. Like, I see people in public all the time. I'm always like, they're like, oh, like, you are this, and this. I'm like, no, you are. And like, they'll be like, thank you for, I'm like, no, thank you. And like, I'm a weirdo when I meet them. I'm always like, can I give you a hug? Like, because they think it's like an honor to meet me. I'm like, it's an honor to meet you, actually. So I'm really, really excited to be able, because I've been wanting to do like meet and greets. I just want to get one-on-one time, like with my audience, and do that. If I could hang out with all of them, I would. I really would, truly. So the fact that I get to do this, and then if it goes well, I can do more of these trips, is really, really cool. I'm excited for it.
So when you guys go on the trips, are you doing like a workshop, or are you doing?
No, so it's
just chill.
We have activities planned, and there's all the way that this company works is they have all of these different itineraries that you can pick, and a lot of them are very adventurous. For my first trip, I picked the one that was kind of like relaxing. We're doing like a tortilla making class, and like a pottery class, and like a sunset boat drive with snorkeling or something like that. So we have these activities and meals that we do together, and then people also have time to go do stuff on their own. And then if everybody's cool, I will hang out with them the whole time, like even on our free time or whatever. So yeah, I'm excited.
That's dope.
I'm excited.
I like what you picked, because like there's for sure going to be some laughter with people trying to do pottery, and
yeah,
it's not like, all right, we're going to fucking hike a mountain.
Dude, the other ones were like sleep in a bungalow in the jungle in the rainforest, and like do crazy hikes. I would love to do stuff like that eventually, like if I'm feeling adventurous. But for the first, I was like, we're just gonna relax. Like it's at a little beach. It was like a beach resort. We get to do some fun little things. So I think that'll be really cool.
You ever watch Naked and Afraid?
Yes. Yeah,
and
I have.
I'm down for it all, but fuck those bugs.
Oh my God, yeah.
So that's when you're sitting there talking about Costa Rica and going to stay in the jungle. I'm like, oof, that would be.
Yeah.
That'd be good. So how does somebody get involved in that? Like if they want to, they're following you, obviously you're going to post about it.
Yeah, so I'll post a link, and then
random people.
So how it works is, there's only 24 spots, unfortunately, and I had like 2,000 people that met the requirements of like because you have to be like over 18, you have to be like within a certain budget and whatever. So there was a certain amount of qualified responses that were a lot. So there's only 24 slots, and then basically like whoever, it's first come, first served. So
let's go.
Yeah.
When's that supposed to be?
It's going to launch. The trip is going to launch to book on Tuesday, and we're actually going for my birthday in July. So yeah. So that'll be really cool. I get to spend my birthday with the Shardies. I love that.
The Shardies.
Yeah.
What's Costa Rica like in July?
You have no idea. I've never been. I don't know.
I mean, it's got to be hot as balls, right?
No, I don't. I think it's like, I think it's around 80s. It could be rainy season, so we could have some rain. That was another reason that I was happy that we're not going into the jungle, into the rainforest. Mm-hmm. Because we're going to be at a nice resort. So, and they have a pool and the beach and stuff like that. I think it's supposed to be nice.
You're gonna be able to get some great content from all.
I'm excited. I'm really excited.
It'd be cool to start that's an opportunity to incorporate your followers into the content.
Yes. Like yeah. I've already I'm trying to start brainstorming now. I just have to not be weird, like recording myself with other people around. They're just gonna have to be in my stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
And hopefully I won't make it weird. I probably will make it. I will definitely make it weird, but it's gonna be fun.
You gotta make it a little weird.
It's always a little weird with me,
Right. Well, I'm very excited for you. I can't wait to hear all about it. Thank you so much for coming back in.
Thanks for
I'd love to get you in here on a regular basis.
Yeah.
We gotta work that out.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Can I ask your boss?
Yeah. I'm down. I love the podcasting thing.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, and look forward to the next time.
Yeah.
Do you want to have her give I am statements again? Or is this of those other that she could be silly? We got to get your I am statement.
Oh, yeah.
You just do some.
Oh, right. Because you do yours first.
Because that's what we use for that. Me?
Yeah.
Oh, man, nobody's asked me. Never was that.
Oh, you do yours. You do one.
Do I use the ones from the logo, or just
no?
Stuff now. All right, we
off the rip.
All right, let's go.
This week we're doing I am statements for this week, and
yeah,
one
makes it harder. I feel like.
Hold on, give me a second to think here. I don't want to do some corny shit. Are you gonna do some funny shit?
I don't even know. I don't know. I feel like one puts the pressure on because then you gotta solidify one.
No, I like the pressure a little bit. All right. So
I like it because it's a different type of episode.
right.
So the one feels more final. 1, 2.
Right. All right. So you've been on before. You know how we wrap up.
Yeah.
And we were just recently challenged. We can only give one answer for this. So do you want to throw out an I am statement of who are you?
I am strong.
Back in the fucking gym.
Strong / thick. Okay, because I'm in the gym and that's what I'm feeling right now. Feeling strong. Yeah.
Love it. I gotta go too.
Yes.
I am. Yours is hard to follow up. I'm fucking lucky. I don't know. Like, it sounds corny. I don't want to give a cliche answer, but I'm fucking lucky and I'm fucking grateful. Last night, today, every day. It's just, I'm tremendously fucking lucky.
I feel that in my spirit.
Good?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.